Who's Wanda?
Who is Wanda?
Yeah. Well, of course, there are two Vandas in the show. There is Vanda Jordan, and then there's Vanda Dunayev, who is the play within the play character. And I'll focus mainly on Vanda Jordan because I think Vanda Dunayev is a much more obvious character. If you come to see the play, there's not going to be a lot that's unclear. Vanda Jordan is an enigma. She walks in when Thomas has just had it. He's had an awful day of auditioning people. And he cannot find anyone who he thinks is good enough to play this wonderful role that he has written. And so in walks Vanda Jordan, who is pretty much every horrible thing he has had to deal with all day. Vanda is 24, for God's sake. I mean, in those days, a woman at 24 would have been married. She'd have 5 kids and tuberculosis. She'd be a woman. Women who are 24 these days sound like 6-year-olds on helium. And I was all like, whatever. And he's like, and I'm like, whatever.
Too late? I'm too late, right? Oh, fuck.
If you're here for Dennison, everybody went home a half an hour ago.
Oh, God, I am sorry. I am so sorry. I got caught, way uptown, and then my cell went out. And then my shoe got stuck in one of those sewer cover whatevers. Then there's this guy on the train. I don't even want to tell you about him. Rubbing up against my ass the whole trip.
And he's rolling his eyes, and he can't handle it, and he really wants to just go home, but she sort of talks her way into the audition. Vanda...
Jordan. People always say, is that real? Vanda Jordan?
I don't see your name.
I'm not down there? The agent said he set it up and everything. 2:15. Shit.
And she starts to read, and she is, I'll say, mysteriously good. I certainly respect your devotion to principle.
I don't need your respect, excuse me. I shall love a man who pleases me, and please a man who makes me happy. But only as long as he makes me happy, and not a moment longer.
And to a man, there's nothing crueler than a woman's infidelity.
To a woman there is. The enforced fidelity of men. Can I move around?
Yes, please, move.
Physically, you're not unattractive. But when a man submits to me, I see a trick.
This is no trick. Only love me.
You see, orders already.
Marry me.
I'm a frivolous woman, Herr Kuszewski. You'd have to be very brave to love me. I've told you my principles and how I live.
I only know that I want you to be my wife.
You don't really know a thing about me.
Dominate me.
It's absurd.
In time, you'd only try to wrest power from me, as every lover does. Why waste time in the struggle? I hand all power over to you in advance, now and forever, unconditionally. Dominate me. Do with me what you will. Beat me if you like.
Well, this is certainly novel.
At reading the part and at playing this character. And so he doesn't know what to make of her. And that really doesn't change, I think, throughout the show. Do you think that's accurate?
I think that's fairly accurate, yes.
On the day that I find that woman, I shall marry her.
Thomas, that speech, it's brilliant.
Thanks. I spent enough time on it.
So actually this play is all about child abuse.
What? No, this play is not about child abuse. Jesus Christ! This idiotic urge to reduce everything to some trivial social issue.
Child abuse isn't exactly trivial.
Okay, it's not trivial, but you're being trite. Let's not be trite, all right? This is not anthropology, it's not sociology, this is a play.
So who is this guy?
So Dave plays Thomas Novacek, who is the playwright. He's the adapter.
He's the adapter, yes.
Of a novel that he happened to like a little bit too much, possibly. And he's also the director, so he is the one who is auditioning Vanda. And I think when Thomas subconsciously chose this book to adapt into stage, he was delving into his own inner demons or angels or whatever he wanted. Yeah. A little bit too much, but he has not fully even realized that himself. Like a lot of people today, he's pretty much face value, and Vanda starts to bring a little bit more of that out of him, see if he connects a little bit more with the show as the show goes on.
Look, I thought the relationship was fascinating. Very rich, very complex.
Okay.
I thought the story was dramatic, naturally theatrical.
He thinks the lady doth protest too much.
All right, mostly I like the size of these people's emotions. I mean, nobody has emotions that size anymore. Outsized emotions, operatic emotions. Wanda and Kuszemski are like Tristan and Isolde.
Is that pretty accurate?
I think that's pretty accurate. I don't want to give too much away, because you could talk more about these characters, but it
Right.
really would give away, I think, things that are surprising and interesting in the show. What I found interesting about Thomas, and we talked about this at one of our first rehearsals, when I first read the script, I read him as just kind of a normal guy. And then I read the script again, and I read it again. And I realized Thomas is really kind of a dick. And he's really kind of a misogynist. But he's a misogynist, and, he doesn't pinch butts and he doesn't call people toots. He would never think that of himself and would probably be really upset to be described as that.
Okay, I'm Venus now. Imagine me totally naked.
But I think he exhibits a very believable misogyny that I think is present in a lot of men. And while I hope not me, it did sort of make me go, oh.
Misogyny that is acceptable in society today.
Yeah.
You know what I think? I think old Kuszemski's hot for the count, is what I think.
How can you be so stupid? Really? How can you be so good at playing her and be so fucking stupid about her and about everything in this play, you fucking idiot? Yes. Idiot woman. Idiot actress.
Was there one specific hurdle that both of you had to overcome together in order for the chemistry to all work? Or was that from the very beginning?
I think we both felt that we enjoyed reading with each other from very early on. I mean, even
So
from
it
in
was
the
just a
audition.
process that just developed
It was.
more and more
I
and
really
more.
believe, we were there on the same page in the very beginning, and we grew together and worked at an equal pace. I mean, I was very pleased to work with Dave, and
It would be the death of this play if it didn't have chemistry.
Yeah, and I think we both
Right.
recognized that, and I think we were
Immediately, right.
both, I know I was very, very grateful to be working with
Yes,
an actor like
me
Kat.
too.
Well, the moment that I saw both of you together on stage, I knew everything was going to be well.
Well, thank you.
wonderful, thank you. That's
It
good
showed.
to know.
Anyway, thank you very much. I'll be looking forward to seeing opening night.
Very
Thank you.
And
good.
I hope
Yes.
that you have a great, successful run.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.